Hello there. How's everybody doing? I'm doing pretty good. You know, some let's call it park champs hangovers. But I played a game that I really liked, and I want to share it because I thought the finish was pretty good, if I may say so myself. So I'm just gonna dive right into it. It was a blitz game on chess.com. I had the white pieces. I played d4. My opponent played c5. And here I thought, okay, I'll play. You know, there are many ways to play. We can play d5, but that sort of plays into what your opponent wants to do. So I played c3. And I was pretty sure he would take on d4, which he did. And we now transpose to the so-called exchange Slav. The exchange Slav more regularly would arise like this: d4, d5, c4, c6, and now takes. But you notice at the end of the day, this is the same position, but we got here through a different move order, but same position. Anyway, I go knight c3, he goes knight c6, and I really want to play an attacking line that I like to play in the exchange Slav. And it's tricky because you play the exchange Slav, it looks like, okay, you want a quiet game, but then you immediately switch it around and you play aggressively. So after knight f6, I go f3. Since this was a blitz game, I did play f3 here, which is not a good move, and black should play e5 if I play f3. But I was hoping he would play fast and play knight f6 anyway, which he did. So now we transpose to what I wanted to play, and I played e4. Here black can take or play e6. Actually f3 takes, he can run into a whole bunch of problems, and he did take, and I did play d5. And now the knight either has to go here or go back, which is pretty sad, so most people go knight e5. I took on e4, and he played g6. Now normally I would play knight f3 here, but I hadn't played this in a while, and I played bishop f4 here, which is a fine move. You get the bishop out, you attack the knight. He retreated, and here I thought, I want to play e5, but I don't want to give him the h5 square. So I played bishop e2, taking away the square. And here, you know, this is a big threat, because where do you go with the pieces? And he didn't figure it out. He played bishop g7, and I played e5. And now he kind of has to go back, but again, that's really sad. And then I would just develop the pieces, castle either side, maybe even queen side, queen d2, long castles, and just try to steamroll him with these fantastic pawns right here. But okay, he played knight h5. He decided to sack a pawn. I accepted. I mean, this was the idea of my move bishop e2. I took it, took this one, and he played queen b6, trying to counterattack. Now, I did not play the best move. This looks good, a castle and a protected pawn. But he has a very strong move here. Can you find the strong move that could have saved the game for black here? Fortunately, he did not. Did you find the move? Knight takes e5. If so, well done, because if I take it, he's going to give me a check, win the piece back, have a lovely bishop, strong diagonal, and I'm just much worse. So that's the unfortunate part, you know. We're not computers, we don't play perfect, but other than that, the game went pretty well. Knight f8. e6. Pawn can't be taken because of this. I'm threatening to take on f7. He played knight g6, blocking my queen from the f7 square. I took with check because why not? The king is now on a vulnerable file. I want to put a rook on f1, but first get the knight out. The knight can come in with ransom checks. And he decided to get rid of the bishop, to weaken my king and also get a square for his own king. Took back, and queen a5, going for counterplay. Takes here or takes here. Here rather, yeah, let's do it properly. Yeah. And here I didn't want to take here because I was worried, like if I go knight c5 and try to get in, he takes this, and it's probably a perpetual, you know, once he takes this, king b1, queen check, king a1, queen check again here, etc. So I wanted to protect the pawn and also have like a radical rook, a rook that can swing around the third rank. And spoiler alert, that might come in handy a bit later in the game, but we'll see. Queen takes a2, going for my king, but it's not going to be more than a perpetual. So now I'll move in, knight c5. played king g7. I played knight to e6. Czechoslovakia, he took. I flicked in this move, bishop to h6. He played king g8, and I took. And I was expecting him to take here, but I think with this lovely crap here, the rook is out of the game, his king is very weak, I get my rooks into the game, I think I'm doing very well. But he went for my rook because, well, why not? It's a rook. And here I went full evergreen game on him. I gave him the rook. But why? Because he can take this. It's not a problem. Nope, we combine attack and defense. We protect the pawn. He's not going to get the queen out. And we're threatening mate. What's more, if he plays rook to f8, we take it with the bishop and then move the queen into this square. But he can play this. And at first I was like, okay, how to continue? I can give a check, it goes back. But we're just repeating. There has to be something better. And then it came to me. Yes, yes. Can you find it? White to move and finish it off. Yep, yep. You're right. That's the one. Queen f7. Ooh. Oh, look at this. Knight takes. And the little rook on the third rank I told you about. It's coming in. Nothing to be done. You can only interpose the knight. And then we take. And beautiful use of the pieces. Everything is covered. The rook giving the check over here. I'm trying to make it green. Can you be green for me? Thank you. And you're not going here, and you're not going here. Touchdown. So I thought it was pretty cool. And I hope you liked it. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.